Hey, it's Marina, travel experta, and today we're going to be talking about axe throwing. Are you guys ready for an adventure? Let's begin. Axe throwing seems to be the new craze. When I visited my parents in the States, I was looking at things to do, and axe throwing, there are tons of places where you could go and do axe throwing. I guess it beats, shooting range when you need a pretty large space for axe throwing. You don't really need that much of a space. So what they've created are these really cool bar hangouts, right? Where you could go for the hour, get drinks while you're chucking the axes. And I really wanted to do it, but when I was visiting my family, I didn't have a chance. So finally, we found a spot here in Guatemala. It's actually part of this one restaurant called Hobetenango. I have an entire podcast about Hobetenango. It is an incredible place to visit if you are visiting anywhere in Antigua, Guatemala, whatnot. But go and check that podcast out, especially if you are going to be in the area. So axe throwing, they have an entire area where you could do that. And I've always wanted to check it out. And it just sounds so interesting, right? So what exactly is axe throwing? It's literally that, right? They give you all these different axes and you just start to throw them. It's a great way to get rid of your anger, of target shooting, the works. But it's interesting because it's not as easy as it looks, right? There's obviously for everything you do, there is a method and a technique and a strategy. But I was quite surprised how heavy the axes really are. And it was really cool. So for me, I know that there's a lot of places that offer all these different times. I think if you go with friends, an hour, because usually they give you like several different places or you could switch on and off. For me, an hour is more than enough. I know that you could do several hours, also depending on how many people you're with, what you're doing, are you drinking, taking breaks. But if you have a chance to go and do axe throwing, I recommend it, even if it's that one time only, because it is kind of cool and it is really different. So I'm really grateful that I got to do it here. Ours was pretty fast and it kind of got that bug out of me. Anyways, there are tons of places to do it all over the United States, most likely even the world. If I could find it in Antigua, Guatemala, you could probably find it around where you're visiting. So if you have that time to go and do it, definitely a suggested or a recommended activity. And if you guys want some more cool ideas for different things to do for half a day, 1 hour, whatever, make sure to go and check it out on my site, travelexperta.com, travel expert with an A.com. And if you enjoyed this podcast episode, please leave me a review and make sure to share it with your friends. And remember to make every day an adventure.